Okay, so these are fabulous VIPs and just an incredible collective of ladies that are wanting to bring forward insights for the world at this time. All of these ladies, I've had such an incredible opportunity to get to know them on so many different levels. We have light workers, sensitives, empaths, incredible channelers, mediums, healers, and this is absolutely just an incredible bunch of ladies that are going to be helping us to elevate the planet and help us to be able to bring in information from spirit, from the universe, from the planet to better serve everyone and what they're going through right now. So I just want to share that today is March 27th, it's 2020, and there's a lot going on and a lot of energies going on with the planet. Feel free to, however you want to refer to what's happening, feel free to do what you need to do. So before we came on, we were just sharing a little bit about each other. And also I was just sharing that I wanted to go ahead and clear and cleanse the area and clear and cleanse the earth. I really feel like Mother Earth right now she's almost celebrating that she gets a break. So she's getting a break from pollution and she's getting a break from a lot of the fossil fuels, etc. So there's a lot that is happening. There's a lot of this collective that's really bringing forth so much information for us, and there's a lot of healing that's happening during this time. So with that, I had just shared if other people need to cleanse or smudge, that type of thing, feel free. So when I do clearings, when I do house clearings or even just people clearings, I like to be able to put various symbols on the room. I feel like, thank you, Spirit's really showing me that at this time, this room or wherever we are in our time and space, that we're protected and that we're really needing to bring forward this information so that everyone is able to pull forward information from spirit. Everyone is able to commune and be able to be in this higher vibration. So I'm excited about that. Okay. So I'm being called to go ahead and open this up with prayer. And then I just feel like we're going to go ahead and bring in insights that maybe we've already gotten, or perhaps you're getting inspired while we're here. And feel free, wherever I put this video, for people on the replay to be able to just share some of the insights that they're getting. Perhaps there's people out there that are getting the same insights and they're thinking, oh my gosh, I wasn't even there, but at the same time, I was able to get a lot of information. So I'm going to go ahead and say a prayer and then just really bring this incredible collective forward. Father, Mother, God, we ask that you please bring healing, guidance, wisdom, and answers to this meeting and allow for all of us to be able to accelerate and elevate in our own vibration so that we may commune with Spirit. Allow us to be able to channel through our guides, angels, masters, and teachers, and allow for this incredible knowledge to flow forth so that others are able to glean support and glean information from the collective. Please allow each and every one of us to know that we are the divine conduits to be able to bring this information forward. We ask all of this in the highest light and love and blessings of all. Amen. So I'll go ahead and I'll start some of the stuff that I've been receiving, and I'm just going to go. So feel free if you want to jump into chat as I'm going, and it may be something too. If you guys want to take yourself off mute too, I can see that you may be ready to talk or to interject. So it's interesting. I'm going to go ahead and clear. I feel like I'm clearing the planet. I feel like I'm clearing each and every one of us. I feel like we're going to start out with just the empaths. What's happening to the empaths? Our poor little empaths. So just looking at, if you are an empath, that means that you're really absorbing a lot of energies right now. So recognizing that if you feel like typically high vibe and you feel typically positive, and all of a sudden you're getting a wave of fear, that is from the collective. So really allowing for our empaths to know that you may be picking up on fear, you may be picking up on worry, you may be picking up on people that are fretting. Allow yourself to be able to clear yourself, sweep yourself, perhaps put special protection techniques on of some sort. Also just allow yourself to feel And I feel like what I have been getting is that there's a lot of fear that's coming up, and this is a lot of stuff that people have been stuffing down for a lot of years. And so it's almost like just allowing us to be able to amplify our own healing and allow us to feel what we're feeling. So if it is scared, if it is worried, if it is fretting, that's okay. Just allow yourself to go ahead and feel that and get to the other side of that. I just want to open it up. I did see that Michelle was nodding with that. So I just wanted to see if there was more that you brought forward.
Well, I only channeled like four pages the other day, but so with that, with what I channeled from the Pleiadians, I feel like the Pleiadians are coming through a lot to help us with this particular situation. And when you were talking about the fear within, I feel like people are being shown like a mirror to what they need to work on, like they were talking about a resonance of some sort that they're being shown, whether or not they're actually getting the virus or not, it's causing them to shift. But they were talking a lot about the virus being a vibrational frequency type thing. So that was interesting. They were also talking about a lot of emotions, like you said, it's a lot of emotional stuff. And they were specifically talking about the heart space because it's being lodged in the lungs, right? So I feel like it's around the heart chakra. And this, what they told me was regarding suffering, that this planet has been suffering. We've been suffering for so many years that we need to release that for ascension, and we don't need to suffer anymore. And so this is like what the whole thing is trying to also release that within our heart space.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. And I love that the Pleiadians were able to bring this forward for you and be able to, utilize you as a conduit to be able to bring this information forward. And I just want to commend you in being able to allow it to come forward, being able to receive it and then being able to share it. I feel like that's huge. And I feel like that this is why we do what we do, is because people need to hear this. And as you were sharing about the suffering, I was getting, something very, very similar where there's, people have not been satisfied with their lives. They have not been happy with maybe being out of the house and not seeing their family for, hours upon end. And now they're home, they're with their families, they're working from home, however that works. And just looking at how people are healing because they're with their tribe. We've just been separated for so long in the workforce. So I love that you also brought forward about, about the suffering, and then also, where is this settling in for people? It's in that heart. It's in, maybe that solar plexus too. And so just recognizing that we're on this path of healing. We're really trying to heal all of this. And it's interesting, what I'm getting from people who have just recently passed is that from, all the different things that are happening right now, they have shared that they're very willing. They're very willing to be almost like the sacrifice. They're very willing to be able to go to the other side and bring this wisdom forward. And I am really in awe. I'm very, very in awe. I feel like as people pass, I just feel like death is not an easy thing for anybody. And at the same time, a lot of these spirits have shared that they signed this soul contract. This is how they were going to go, and now they're on the other side, and now they're helping at an amplified pace. And I think that's really almost just commendable. Like, I just want to thank them for that. So I love anybody else that's getting something off of that, or feel free to jump to a new insight that you're getting. Whatever you're getting, I'd love to hear it.
I've been getting several different ones, and something similar to that this morning to sort of jump off of that. I was talking to Spirit, and I was talking about, how come I've never been one that cannot have faith, versus somebody that is an atheist and stuff. And then sort of the other question was, about hell. And sort of what happened is that Spirit was sort of showing me how the priests, the ministers, whatever of old used the hell tactic or idea as a way to get people to get to their ascension. So, and they used hell as a way is to not go that way and to, to ascend. That's what they were trying to do, but it sort of has backfired in a lot of ways. And they're saying, usually people that end up being atheists come around. And it's like, all right. And I think part of why I was thinking that was over the last few weeks and stuff, and like I said yesterday, there's been so much fear mongering going on, with the internet and different things. And I was getting in the beginning caught up in some of it. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do this. And, what I was grateful for between my grandmother and spirit and stuff was showing me that we can and we should see that we're going to go through these cycles several times in our lifetimes, and we're going to come out of it. And like Spirit says, on an individual basis, we're going to be okay. And he's going to give us better, especially if we're working towards the better, ascending and all of that. So that's what I've been getting a lot lately. And I've been trying to help people see that.
Yeah, and I love how you started with faith, having faith, and then as you were wrapping up, it came back to faith. We're going to be better. It's going to be better. And just looking at the ascension process, that there have been various leaders, spiritual leaders, that have been really wanting people to be able to make that ascension process and utilizing whatever tools are possible. And this is kind of this mass thing that's taken over, that's really allowing us to step into faith, allowing us to be able to utilize what we need to be able to move forward and to evolve on our path.
Right. My brother-in-law wrote, and I wanted to sort of, if I could have smacked him upside the head. He goes, life as you know it just changed. It's never going to be the same. And I'm going, amen. Thank goodness, because we're going to get into something better. You don't realize it, but I do. And it's like, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It can be a good thing. He was trying to make it negative, and I wasn't, from my point of view, I wasn't having it. I'm going, okay, bring on something new and better.
I love that perspective, right? And it truly is going to be new. It truly is going to be different. There's a new normal. It's going to be different. It just is. That's just all there is to it. And so I love that. And I just want to welcome the people who have just hopped on. I think Holly and Crystal, and then it looks like there's a caller. There's a caller down there, unless that's somebody's audio. So I just ask that you be on video and be able to share yourself and your insights, whatever. Is it your audio? Veronica's like, it's my audio. Her internet is wickety whack, she says. Okay, so that's wonderful. So your audio does not have to come on video. That's totally fine. So loving that Holly and Crystal are here. But feel free to hop on. I just wanted to welcome Holly and Crystal. But feel free to jump in. Kirsty, if you have more, whatever you're getting, I'd love to just hear it.
I'm trying to jump on. I'm in the middle of a family resource center director's call. My child is jumping back and forth between the couch I'm sitting on and the trampoline in my office. And we're just living in this flow of whatever is in the present moment. And I think one of the things that I really feel that's happening is there's just massive transformation for everyone. Liam, I'm talking. This is my life lately, you guys. I mean, we could resist it and it's going to persist it, so we might as well just lean in and lean into this massive uncomfortability. I don't know about anyone else, but I kind of just feel like it's beautifully messy. So it's beautiful, but it's messy, it's uncomfortable. It feels anything other than spectacular. I mean, there's spectacular pieces amongst it. He's showing off for everyone.
Hi, Mia.
Oh my God. And I want to quit my job and run for the hills because it's been really, really, really hard. but I'm really grateful for a group like this of people who keeps me grounded, because I feel so much spiritually is happening for everyone. There is just this massive spiritual movement that is happening, transformation, but it's taxing and toxing on everyone. I feel this toxicity release that's really happening too for a lot of people. And so I just want to honor that, like, it's beautiful, it's messy, but it's also going to be so good when we come out of it. I can see the tiredness and exhaustion on everyone's face, like that it's just like it's coming to us. And I think leaning into how we can love on ourselves, that self-therapy piece, because how we take care of ourselves is a form of therapy. And also being there for one another. Reach out to your growth friends, reach out to your support friends. There's just so much energy moving. It is insane.
It is. It is. I love that you bring that forward. I love that you're just showing us your present moment. Like, this is life. This is my life. I'm working from home.
Beep, beep. Hot Mess Express.
There you go. I mean, come on now. We all have to have something. You're so funny. You look adorable. Do your thing, Holly. Do your thing. Well, and I love too, like, just like, we're inside, or, those of us who need to be inside, and Liam's taking full advantage of, jumping around, being a kid. And, too, just like you said, he does have a trampoline, how uncomfortable we all are, trying to lean into this, trying to understand this, trying to, conceptualize it. And I love how you said, lean in and take care of yourself. Are you taking care of yourself, Holly? Just checking in.
I'm doing my best. I find myself tired a lot more. I don't know if anyone else is feeling that kind of just drain that comes upon you, where you just want to just retreat and kind of retreat back. So I've been looking at more journaling and trying to figure that out, to lean in and to really dissect, okay, what's coming up for me, because a lot of my military stuff and my triggers are coming up right now. I'm feeling a lot of sense of loss of control of myself and my ability to do what I want to do, with the mandates and everything that are out right now. So I'm really trying to lean into that. And thank you for asking me about self-care, because that's been a big struggle.
Yeah, and thank you for sharing yourself. I feel like it's so real. It's so raw. It's so real. It's, this is what's happening. It's interesting too, not being with other people besides my family. Absolutely love my family. At the same time, I'm not feeling the other energies of a human being standing next to me. And so that's really almost foreign to me, where I'm not feeling other energies in physical form. And I feel like with that, then I feel that I can go into thoughts a lot more, because I don't have a physical person right next to me to assist me, And so I feel like, just like you said, I mean, just really taking care of yourself during this time, like whatever it is, and pay attention, attend to yourself, care for yourself, whatever you're needing to do. Thank you for sharing that. Feel free, if you want to hop back on, if anybody else is getting something off of that.
I was just going to say self-care and maintaining that high vibrational state, because what I channeled was, when you are in a high vibrational state, it's hard for the virus to come in and replicate. So as I told you on our 101, they were talking about the laws of the universe. They're talking about Isaac Newton's law of gravity. And I'm like, okay, maybe I was like scientific when I was an alien, but in human form, I can't understand this. Okay. So, and I'm trying to look it up, but I just think that what they're saying is there's a specific gravitational force even within ourselves. And to me, I've been reading some things about 5G kind of contributing to some of this. That's a little controversial, but maybe perhaps that is messing with the energetic or gravitational balance that is within the cell. And so what the Pleiadians were saying was, when you have a high vibrational state, nutrition and all of that good stuff, the cell's able to maintain almost like this protective shield around it, and be in a high vibrational state, so that the vibration from the virus maybe cannot penetrate or replicate.
I love that so much. And you had shared earlier that there is a certain vibration. you know?
Mhm.
So I love that you brought that forward. And then we're needing to stay in that high vibration, just like you said, good foods, good thoughts, and
Yeah.
not be in that particular vibration. It's so interesting because after our one-on-one, there was another person that brought in even more about the laws, the natural laws. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And I think I had shared with you, there was one before you, there was you, and then there
Yeah.
was another one. And so it's interesting because we're all getting some very similar hits about needing to go back to the natural laws, and just looking at even, looking at Einstein, for every, action, there's an opposite and equal reaction, so what are we doing with our thoughts? What are we doing with our vibration? What are we doing with that? And what is going to happen? What is the reaction? So as you're talking about the higher vibration, just recognizing that it's almost like, what's the opposite and equal reaction? Probably more higher vibration,
Mhm.
there
Mhm.
it is. And I love that you share too, just recognizing that you probably had a higher understanding of this at one time. You're human now. So then it's almost like, okay, help, help me bring it in, But I feel like in a lot of ways, just you channeling and being open to receiving is bringing that information forward, So, and I appreciate you bringing that information forward, because I feel like people
Yeah.
need to hear that. We're needing to get back to those natural laws.
Right.
Mhm.
Just one other thing, if I may, they were talking about envisioning, maybe in meditation, your heart space connecting with everyone else's heart space. And I did this, almost like this just huge light that I saw connecting with those who are willing to accept it, right? And this energetic love and peace, and that vibration connecting at the heart space will help remove this low the low vibrational stuff, which again might clear the virus as well.
Mhm. I love that too, like just recognizing that heart to heart contact is a higher vibration. And I feel like we're the front lines, I feel like we are the ones that are shining the light, carrying the light, being the light, and if we're able to do that and be able to create space and hold space for others through that heart-centered connection, so then we're able to elevate and raise the connections of others around us. And I feel like, as you're talking about this, like everything is energy. So just recognizing that if you're able to really pulsate out of your heart to somebody else's heart, they're going to feel that. That's energy, And I feel like in a lot of ways too, I love that you brought this forward, because I feel like, you're talking about the higher vibration, being that higher vibration thoughts, etc. And I feel like in a lot of ways, what could be higher than that heart? Really, love is such a high vibration. So bringing that forward, then we're able to almost like transmute all of these other lower vibrations. That's pretty powerful. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so we all need to do that. We all
Mm-hmm.
need to do that. I love that you got that insight to do it. And then, you went ahead and did it. So I feel like if we don't do this during our time together, please do it on your own, where you're making that heart connection, because it's very powerful. Very
Maybe I'll have to do meditation for y'all.
Yeah. So if you feel it, it's from Michelle. Oh, my heart. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for bringing that forward.
Yeah.
Yep, get the stuff.
I just want to acknowledge the amount of growth that is growing on right now. It's, for some may feel like it's flying at 1,000, like a Star Wars scene. Like you're driving into Star Wars and there's all these things that are flying at you, and the amount of growth processing that is growing on right now is just blowing me away, you guys. It really is blowing me away. And I'm super grateful that we get this opportunity to lean into each other right now in this collective space, because I feel it, we're able to show up to that growth and continue to keep leveling up, is what I'm hearing. Like that level up, and we're raising the collective vibration of healers to be able to go out and continue to be able to, not only for ourselves, but then as we take care of ourselves and we integrate for ourselves, it's going to integrate for others as well, because by doing our own work, it actually influences the work of those around you. This is part of the reason, like with my job, I'm trying to step back and allow people to lead themselves. Like this is a time when people want you to fix it for you. I'm a recovering people pleaser, a recovering people fixer, and realizing that the best thing that we can do is just love people, love them where they're at, And if we aren't able to love them where they're at, let's not hurt them, but rather step to the side and continue on with our lives and continue on our growth process. I think there's a lot of energies that I feel that keep trying to reach out and connect to try and say, save me. I don't know how to save my own energy, because they're not used to being with themselves. They're not used to being in this space. And it's really intense right now. And that's okay. But I think the best thing that we can do is collective healers and individuals is come together in a group space like this at least once a week to continue to raise that vibration as healers, to realize we're worthy, we're enough. And really it's about taking care of ourselves. And by the influence we have on ourselves, we have that influence of the collective around us as well. Like Michelle, just like you were talking about, when you talked about the heart space and that heart-centered collective like feeling that right here, I felt that, like, as you were talking about it, I could feel that. And I could feel the power of, as we're doing that here and you're sharing that here, how we were all coming together. And then how is that being dispersed out energetically right now is just beautiful. And that's amazing. And that's what needs to continue to keep growing on and growing forward. So thank you for this collective growth space to be able to level up.
Absolutely, girl.
Because my kid was driving me nuts. Okay, let's be real. I don't know if you saw the anger on my face, but
Right. Let's be real here. Well, I like the like-mindedness, right? I mean, we are all needing this on some level. And man, I would love for somebody just to hop on Holly's bandwagon, just go. I feel like somebody might be inspired off of what she was sharing.
Yeah, I do. Can you hear me okay, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. Sorry, I look like a mess. I just got home from work. What Holly was saying about self-care and really being on the front line, so to speak, with that. Here in New York, I'm only 30 miles outside of Manhattan, and it is very heavy and hard to go outside and to interact with people. They're in this state of survival and fear, and you can see it in their eyes. And I just want to tell them it's going to be okay, because I know that it's going to be okay. And I keep getting December, like it'll all be over. But I do think that it's bringing us into more new changes. Like I was getting stuff with infrastructure, healthcare, government. Like there's just like everything's going to be redone. I feel like everything has to be redone, because I don't think it was done the way it was supposed to be done, or I don't know, however you say that. But on another note, Michelle, you had put something up about like past lives and stuff like that, like releasing them. And I had one where I had yellow fever, and it didn't hit me till recently, because the past 2 weeks I've had like a kind of a temperature, but it hit me in a meditation that I'm actually releasing these lower energies. So it all goes back to this raising of the vibration. And then I have to say something about the whole toilet paper thing, which I think is really interesting and funny at the same time, but not too funny. So I find it weird that like toilet paper, of all things, paper. What is paper? The rainforest. What is a rainforest? Trees, oxygen. How are these people dying? They're suffocating. So I just feel like a synchronicity or connection with that. And it's just like we have to change the way we're doing things. It's just not going to work this way anymore.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. Wow, Crystal, you hit on so much. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I had to get it out while I had it. Otherwise, I would forget.
I love being in your energy, Crystal. And I all of a sudden I saw this Egyptian past lifetime, and there's almost like a pyramid behind you. I don't know where you're standing, but does anybody else see that? I was like, what? I love
so cool. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's amazing. You picked up on the Egyptian lifetime. I had a cord from that lifetime, and it was like a big one, and had something to do with my gifts. I mean, I'm not like a past life person, you know what I mean? But like that's all I kind of got. So that's really cool that you got that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I love that you shared off of Michelle's information about being able to clear our past lives. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we're needing to let go of right now. We have to. There's no other choice, you know. And I loved how you were sharing like the infrastructure. It's going to change, and it's interesting in a lot of my sessions where people are like, "Wait, I'm not getting anything right now, maybe because I'm not working or that kind of thing, or things are slowing down, or I don't have the answers," and everything's slowing down. Everybody's in the same boat, you know. And I feel like in a lot of ways we're kind of coming to this space. The entire world is of almost this sameness, you know. Yeah. We're all in the same boat. Really interesting.
Oh, you just gave me chills with that.
right?
Yeah. Right. You felt that too, Holly? Oh my
I felt
God.
like this heaping pile of surrendering going on, like
Oh,
this big
yeah.
heaping pile of surrender. And then there's a shit ton of releasing that's going on. Do you see how the planet's like healing itself, because we're all internally coming within ourselves, because we're being in a way almost like forced, like we weren't waking up to the signs and symbols that were coming along. I had 9s and 5s leading up to this whole thing. 9s are ending of a life cycle, beginning of a new. But what a pivotal change. Oh my gosh. And allow, the word that's coming to me is the allowing and the alignment and the vibrational raises that's going to happen when we show up and we surrender and we release all these old habits, patterns, beliefs. Like it's a collective massive cleanse.
Yeah. Yes. Wow.
Redoing things like, oh
You're
my God.
exciting me, Holly.
It's so true. It's so true. I love it. I love it. I love it. Absolutely.
Wow.
It is. It's a huge
Yes.
cleanse, clearing. And off of that too, I feel like clearing, so I'm gonna go ahead and clear. But just Mother Earth, I just feel like she's just
I
talking to
feel
us. She's
holy
so
fire so much.
Do you?
I just
Oh.
feel it like so intensely. And like the Reiki that the earth has been calling to lately is just, it's incredible, the synergetic process that is happening.
It is for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Heather, that
I have
links me back to our last appointment. That synergetic thing I wrote.
Oh yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing, isn't it? It's incredible to witness too. And you said energetic, and Glory keeps getting this light. Do you see this light going through? Yeah, and I'm like, did you see that? Boom, boom, boom. So I feel like it's so interesting how we're all synchronistic, like we're all connected, we're all synergistic. And I'd love to hear, Glory, Veronica, Teresa, Christy, if there's anything that you guys are getting off of this. Just I can see your minds buzzing. There's some stuff happening.
All right. So, I'm really learning. I'm in that process of learning um, about universal law and spirits and all the beautiful tools and things that we have available for us. And I'm grateful that I am in this journey at this moment, because looking back maybe 2-3 years, I don't know how I was going to be able to go through all these changes without this knowledge that I have now. And I'm so grateful for that. So I think that this pause was so needed for us to come back to that primal essence of small groups, family, tribe. So that's what I feel. I feel like, in my experience, being together with my family in the small groups and really with people that we really loved, and it's just bringing me back to that moment of living like in nature with small groups and finding out our own things, our own way to survive, to live, to feel, to eat. I don't remember. I know I probably was part of one of those tribes in the past, because that's what is been calling me a lot to during this healing, is just coming back to essence and to gather with the right people, the right tribe. And also we have been given the opportunity to slow down, to be able to realize our blessings and how blessed we are for having like all this time here inside of the house. It's just got me like really appreciating every little thing that I have. Like I have a roof. There's people that don't have a roof right now. I have a bed. I have a pillow. I have AC. I have a backyard. I have air from Mother Earth. Like I can breathe a fresh air. Um, you know, my business is slow now, but I still have food in my fridge. I still have money to pay my bills. What's gonna happen tomorrow, maybe next month, we don't know. And I am trying not to focus on that and just stay connected to the present moment, because we really don't know what's gonna happen later. We don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I don't know what's gonna happen next month. So I am trying my best to stay at the present moment and enjoying every little things, just flowing, like somebody said earlier, just flowing. I'm just allowing to feel anything that comes up, and it's my choice, it's my decision if I want to just stay in that state of worrying, or you know worry about what's going to happen, or worry about what if, or worry about the past, and just being present now. So that have helped me a lot to just stay calm. And also the vibration, like just deciding to elevate my vibration and stay in that state, sharing love from the center of my heart to the world, to my family, to myself, and to others. It's just every time I see like a negative post, I just, instead of judging or jumping into comments, some stuff, I just pray. I just pray, because sometimes, I don't want to engage with that negativity. I just pray and send light to others, and love to others. So that have been keeping me grounded, and my energy like vibrating higher. And I really agree with the energy field. Like, it's our responsibility to keep our energy up here, so we are just protected, and just believe that we really are protected, we are supported, we are loved, and that this is happening for a massive collective global change. It is an opportunity that has brought to us to awaken, and to really heal, and to really become something better. Things can only get better.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So well said. Oh, I love
Mhm.
that, Corey. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And, as you're talking about the tribal and coming back to the tribe, coming back to smaller groups, coming back to family, being able to really get to know our families. And, with all the kind of the busyness that we've been going through, just recognizing that we're coming home, we're coming home, we're coming to our families. And I love, everything you said, just how blessed you are, how grateful. I mean, honestly, just being able to look around and just be like, I'm so grateful. Like you said, your bed, roof over your head, that it's just incredible. And I feel like we have created some various things in our household. Like we have the Lego room now, where we got all the Legos out, and that is the Lego room. You don't walk across the Lego room with just socks on, just FYI. But at the same time, it was something that we created, that our tribe created, my family created, so that we could have that. We would not have that. We wouldn't be able to have that. So I'm grateful for the Lego room, So I feel like in a lot of ways, just recognizing with being grateful, staying in the present moment, and just being able to send prayers. I love that. Like, no judgment. It just is what it is. This is where that person is. I'm just going to pray for them, And I feel like just with keeping the energies high, and keeping almost like recognizing we're the light workers, we're the front line. So being able to then allow for that vibration to go out however we can, So it's so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. It's beautiful. Yeah. Anybody else want to share? I love watching in Christine's household, her little girl like going on her scooter, and I'm like, that's what's happening, like, yeah, the scooter's in the kitchen. That's what's up.
I just wanted to mention, as Glory was talking, like her hands were lighting up with the light that's surrounding you, and it was just this most beautiful, elegant, healing light as you were talking, that I could just feel that energy, and I just really appreciated what you shared.
Thank you. My honor. It's just really trying my best to, and willing and open to learn, to receive, to just really want to, I'm going through a lot of healing, and I know it's never going to be it's not going to end. It's something that we are going to be healing all, until the last day in earth. But it's just that's what I feel, and that's what I love to share. Like, I feel this heart space so full of gratitude, even though I'm going through a lot of sadness, and I just feel that that's the right thing to do, and the right thing to feel and to do is to just stay in that gratitude and in that loving energy, because that's what I've been feeling too. I've been feeling a lot of love, support and love from the divine, from community, from my family. So it's like I've been watering that heart center and that loving energy, and it's growing, and I cannot hold it for myself. I really need to share it with the world, and I'm honored to be part of this group, and I'm really honoring everything that's happening, all the changes, good or bad. I don't think there's bad changes. I think it just has to happen, and we have to not resist it, just let it flow. And thank you for having me.
Yay, so beautiful. Just let it flow. And I love how when you started out, Gloria, you said, I'm new to this. But do you hear the wisdom pouring out of her? Like, oh, really? So, it's just incredible, because obviously this has been in you for a long time, many lifetimes, So thank you for stepping forward into the light, sharing your wisdom. It's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else?
I just wanted to share really quick the continual process that kind of ties it all together that everybody's been hitting on. And it starts with ourselves. And then as we connect to the earth, to the trees, to the nature, to whatever it is of the earth, then we find ourselves with the moon and the stars, right? In that process. And then as we connect back to the prayer, sending that healing, that love out, it's like this synergetic process that keeps coming back to us as we give it out, and it comes back to us as we give it out through the earth, from the stars to the moon and the energy. And it's just this energetic beauty cycle that I see so many of you with this incredible new light around you. And it's just so elegant and beautiful that this is illuminating as we're having this conversation. I'm watching it come alive for literally everyone as I scroll through the pictures. So I just want to share that there's a transformation happening in this very moment and collective healing.
That's beautiful. Thank you. We're all like looking at each other's auras. Wait, look at her light. Oh, damn. It's true though, honestly. Like you said that, I'm like, everybody is really glowing right now, aren't we?
I'm like, it's the diva light. I got my diva light on.
Oh yeah, because it could be the diva light or it could be the divine light. I mean, you pick.
It's both. It's both.
Oh,
let's call it the D light. So it can be diva or divine or both. DD light. DD light. That divine diva light.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Veronica, it looked like you had something. We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, technology. Hi, guys. Okay, I was just writing, which is funny. I thought I'd be doing cards. I thought I'd be channeling cards, but no, they wanted me to write. So cool. Lots of connection to nature, exploring your relationship with it. Even if you can't leave your place right now, I'm not sure what everyone's situation is like or anyone listening right now to this recording. You could be connecting to the air by opening your window and observing what nature is trying to tell you. The sounds in the wind, how the wind is coming into your space, that kind of stuff. Really paying attention to the elements, earth, air, fire, water, spirit. How are you practicing those connections on a daily basis? I'm lighting candles, making sure you're drinking lots of water, bathing, weeping, crying, earth, starting seeds, grounding on your property. Spirit, reach out with the tools that resonate with you. So that was a big thing. Witchiness is returning, outright witchiness. No fear of death, of burning, of hanging. We can exist and be open. We will rise and be beacons for our communities again. And this connection is coming across lifetimes. So the lessons across are culminating together. All of this experience was necessary to come to this moment and equip us with the tools to succeed on the collective ascension. A big balance of masculine and feminine focus. You each have to do your own research on this and see what pops out to you. Like, go on Pinterest and use your pendulum, however that resonates with you, but whatever comes out about masculine, feminine balancing, it'll be a very individual path. Shadow work is still high vibe work. It's more about how you face it, not about the actual energy of the shadow work. What are the underlying needs that you are being called to acknowledge?
That's beautiful, all of it. I feel like that was a lot of the spirit assignments. What do you
very
do
sweaty.
Are you
right
going to
now.
send that in an email? Is
We'll
that
just
our
write it on
assignment?
Veronica,
type it up, yeah.
bring it, girlfriend. I love the elements, girl, like that. I felt that. Anybody else feel the elements, like just really be a part of that? Like, and I feel like water is so important right now. Like you said, weeping, showering, being able to be in the elements, lighting the candle. And I feel like it's super intentional. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we need to be intentional about this. And thank you. I feel like they're showing me it's a lot to do with Mother Earth. And since it is, then it's really allowing us to be able to witness, then we do need to be in touch with the elements every day. If we're inside, we still need to connect. Just like you said, opening up the window, we still need to connect. And I feel like in a lot of ways too, Mother Nature misses us, despite that there's this nice cleanse that Mother Earth is going through. The earth does miss us if we're not able to be outside. It's really interesting as you share that, because I've had so many birds just keep coming to me, like honestly, like they're calling from the trees, and I'm like, I see you, and they're like, I see you too, and it's interesting just to be able to witness like how nature is really communicating right now, like really on a higher level. A lot of people are noticing that too. But yeah, I would love that, Veronica, if you want to even just screenshot our assignment. I'd love to sign me up. That was really good. Yeah. And I love too, just being able to witness you and what tools you're going to use. So you a lot of times resonate with using the cards, and today's spirit was just sharing, like, we want you to automatic write, or we want you to write, so that was an opportunity for you to be able to bring that forward. The masculine and the feminine, that is really good, just recognizing that balance that we're going through, and I feel like it's interesting how even with the workforce, how it was like men were out and women were home, and then there was the rising of women going out and men able to have more let's say flexibility or that kind of thing, and now like everyone's home. Like wow. So there is definitely this balance, almost like a return, just being able to return back to that balance. I mean, that's really what this is about. It feels like it's about balance, coming back to balance. Yeah. So we have just a couple more minutes, and then we'll head over to the Spirit Circle for those who want to come. So feel free. If you are wanting to just be here for these insights, feel free too. But I just wanted to see if anybody else had anything.
Real quick, sort of going off of that, when you guys were talking about being inside and showering and things like that, we need to make sure that we're in our self-care. And so what some people are doing is they're forgetting to get up and take a shower. It's as simple as that, is taking a shower and getting your makeup on and doing all of that. Don't forget to do that for yourself. I know it feels a little bit like a vacation sometimes. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. That's it.
You're like that. Holly goes, shower? What shower? I hear you though, because it was interesting today. I was thinking that too. I was like, gosh, I just feel like so much more ready for the day when I do get ready, So I did my hair, did my makeup, I thought, well, I'll wear jeans today instead of my yoga pants. So it does. It kind of gets you more into like, okay, I'm gonna get a routine going now. I'm gonna if I be productive where I can be productive. Yeah. Anybody else?
I gave myself a blowout last night, and like it took me like an hour and a half to do my hair, and but I just felt like I had to just be like I was before, right? And just because I just feel low vibe when I brush my teeth at 2:00 in the afternoon.
This is not a good
That's
feeling.
all bad. You
Well,
don't have
I
to-
just put like a cute shirt on today. You know, I was just like, no, today is the day I'm going to actually
right? Yeah, we won't have like raise hand. Raise your hand if you also didn't brush your teeth till 2 p.m. No, it's true. It's true. Always gonna
It
be.
is true. I just got mouthwash too. It's so funny. We're talking about teeth. Oh no, my phone! It's about to die.
Oh,
So on the topic of self-care, I am like not a nails type of person. Like I don't do my nails, and so I ordered this thing, and I don't know how it works. I'm a little scared. It's called Chameleon, and you put this gel. It's like epoxy gel or something. You put the nail onto this like plastic thing, and then you put it on your nail, and then you take it off, and then you have like a thicker nail or something.
that's
I don't know.
awesome.
I don't know. I just felt so called to it. I'm like, Crystal, you never take it. And I almost feel like Bopchi was trying to tell me to do my nails
I
too.
heard Bopchi right through you, just right there. I was like, that was Bopchi right there. Bopchi, go ahead.
She's been very bossy lately. Like my hair clip flying off this end table yesterday when I was cleaning. So it's like, yeah, very much self-care. And like, I'm like the routine. Yeah. So like, I'm like doing yoga on a regular basis. I'm just in that routine. Yeah,
Love that.
that was cool.
You inspire. I love that. Will you show your nails in VIP for us?
Oh yes, I will. Oh, I would love to. I never get. I
We
don't
could
really
read
like
them, and you
share
could
my
do
nails.
an assignment for your nails. But I want to see them.
I hope they come out okay. We'll see. We'll find out.
Oh,
I feel like
love
a kid right now. It's exciting.
She's all excited. Yeah, and I feel like that's another part of it too, is do new for you. Like, what have you not been doing? You know, it's interesting what goes by the wayside, or you know, what if there's something new that you've been wanting to try for a long time? Why not? This is the time. So I'm going to go ahead and close this with prayer and send us on our way. Father, Mother, God, our guides, angels, masters, teachers, and loved ones, thank you so much for being here with us today. Thank you so much for allowing us to be the conduit for this incredible and sacred information. Thank you so much for allowing the wisdom to come through us so that others will be able to glean this and will be able to raise in their vibration with this wisdom and knowledge. Please allow all of us to know that we are the light, that we carry the light, and that we are divine conduits to the light. Allow us to continue to be in that high vibration. Allow us to be able to continue receiving the knowledge that is necessary. Allow us all to recognize that our paths are lit up. Allow us to know that we are aligned and that we are doing the right things, we're saying the right things, and we're moving forward and evolving on our paths. Please allow us to be able to really surround this planet with healing. Allow us to be able to hold the space. Allow us to be able to share the light every single day. We ask all of this in the highest light and love and blessings of all. Amen. Thank you so much, you guys. That was brilliant. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this, and everyone that came.
Yes, yes. Awesome. Mwah. Have a good night.
Mwah.
See you guys later. Bye.